Hello and welcome to another Incensu Education Marketing resource. My name is Lara Melville and today we're going to look at how to download and display the Incensu Registration Mark. First off, what is the Incensu Registration Mark? Well, it is the hallmark used by companies to illustrate to UK schools, the whole of the UK education sector, that company features on the National Register of Education Suppliers. So what's the importance of the Incensu Registration Mark to you as a supplier? It helps to inform schools that you can be found on the National Register of Education Suppliers at Incensu. It lets school leaders know that you are transparent and open to ratings and reviews from schools. It gives confidence in the procurement process as they can see how other schools rate your quality, your value for money, your reliability, your customer service. It also helps to build trust with schools, knowing that they can quickly and easily view your accreditations and your experience. And it also makes the tender process much easier when they can justify their spend to stakeholders by sharing your Incensu profile with, say, the governors or the trust board in the case of a multi-academy trust. So let's go about looking at how we download the Incensu Registration Mark. First of all, we're going to go to Incensu, incensu.co.uk. And in the top right hand corner, you will see the login. If we click through to that, you will see the members area. And through there, we get through to the school suppliers dashboard. And it's the assets and download section that you are going to want to access for this. If you click through. And this page will open where you can see the Incensu Registration Mark and the web code that if you copy that web code, you can give that to your web developer, or if you're doing that, you can pop that in so that it appears on your website as a widget. You may also want to download this as an image. So while you may use the Incensu Registration Mark digitally, in which case this will backlink to your Incensu profile URL, you may want to download that as an image so that you can add it to things like flyers or brochures, and we'll have a little look through that in a moment. So where would you want to display your Incensu Registration Mark? Well, first of all, the obvious place would be on your website. You may have other accreditations and kite marks, etc. On your website, so you'll want to add that probably somewhere in the proximity. As I mentioned before, this will be backlinked to your Incensu URL because you'll be using that digitally. You may also want to add it to your email signature. So if you're emailing schools, if they can see the Incensu Registration Mark there on your email correspondence, that's going to be great. But it may be that you go to education shows, conferences, etc., and you'll be exhibiting or sponsoring there, in which case if you've got display banners, you'll want to display that prominently on your display banners. Some suppliers may have brochures and catalogues that you send into schools, and you'll want to put that either on the front or the back cover of that brochure or catalogue. Some other suppliers, for example those in the construction industry who may have vehicles that go onto school sites, you'll often see accreditations and quality marks on the back of those vehicles, and you can add your Incensu registration mark to that vehicle wrap. Also remember to add the Incensu Registration Mark to any of your social media posts, again to build trust in the procurement process. Some people may still use business cards, in which case you can pop the Incensu Registration Mark onto the front of the business card. Or you might have letters that you're posting into school and you can add that to the letter heading. If you're using leaflets and you're doing a leaflet drop to local schools, again, you'll want to put the Incensu Registration Mark on there so that those local schools can go and have a look at your profile, check your accreditations, and read ratings and reviews from other schools in the local area. So alongside your Incensu Registration Mark, while we're in the Assets and Downloads section, you'll note here that you have got the Incensu registration certificate. So you'll want to download and print that off. A lot of suppliers will have that displayed in their office, or they'll print it and put it into a portfolio, for example, that they might take around schools and show to the school business leader or the head teacher. And the other thing we've got here in the assets and downloads section is your announcement card. The announcement card is to share that you are registered with Incensu on your social media feed. So you might want to add that to a Twitter post or a LinkedIn or Facebook post, etc., announcing that you are now a member of Incensu. Always remember, when you are doing your Twitter announcements or your other social media announcements, if you add @Incensu into your posts, then we will pick that up and share that across our other extensive education networks. So it's always worth remembering to pop that in as well, so we can broaden your reach. Let's have a little quick checklist. So in order to download and display the Incensu registration mark, you'll first be logging in at incensu.co.uk. You will open the assets and downloads in the dashboard, copy the web code, or you can download the badge as an image. Display this digitally on your website and your email signatures, ensuring that it is backlinked to your Incensu profile URL. You'll also want to download the badge as an image for use on letterheads, vehicle wraps, promotional items, display banners, exhibitions, etc. And also remember to print your certificate of registration and share your announcement card on social media. Thank you very much for joining me on another Incensu education marketing resource, and I look forward to seeing you again. Watch out for some more posts.